Hey guys, this is very important in reference to, females or relationships or whatever. Somebody was trying to communicate something, asking me which girl or what kind of girl did I have the best sex with. I'm not going to answer that, basically. Girls that are nice, that I've dated or whichever, or girls that like me. But the point of it is like, why don't girls say what race they had the best sex with? That'd be something interesting, right? Might be surprised in reference to what some girls might say. My shoulder still hurts. That satellite man was choking me. They were hitting me in the nose, causing like a nosebleed, or they were causing my nose to run, and they were choking me. And I have my Alexa here in the house, and I have it on my camera. And I had to turn the camera because they try to use my cameras to attack me. You know that, right? These government satellite controllers are illegally on my cameras in the house, and they have tried to murder me with their satellites. These people play this game of an experiment where they'll use your own cameras to hit you with satellite transmissions. You know that, right? So it's kind of, I see my neck is swollen up real bad. I mean, they were choking me for numerous minutes. And they did it several times yesterday and last night when I went to sleep, even before I went to sleep. And they were burning my scalp, and they pulled out some hair on the top of my head or something. But the situation of the government playing their tricks is attempts of murder. And they were hitting me in the front teeth. And they were preventing me from putting creamer in my Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I also bought some Starbucks coffee. There's one. My arm still hurts. And that satellite man is still tucking my penis. This man is trying to call me somebody else, trying to call me a little penis man, by tucking my penis all the time. Like, they stare at me in the shower, and sometimes they'll communicate saying, "Oh, that doesn't look like the son of Walt Disney and Doris Duke. His dick looks too short." And then my stomach's sticking out like I fucking ate 2 butterball turkeys or something, or Tyson turkeys, My stomach's like, and when they push down on you, it pushes your stomach out, So you like, and your face gets like this when they push down on you with the satellite. Because what it does is it pushes down on you and it compresses your spinal cord and pushes all the cartilage down in between your legs and kneecaps and spinal cord and things like that. But anyways, that's another point of information. But these men are trying to confuse me with somebody else, even though my license plate is supposed to say who my mother and father are. The address where I'm at is supposed to say who I am and who my mother and father are. And, I haven't received any of the Asian ambassador papers, if anybody sent any at all, or any of the Italian ambassador papers or French ambassador papers or any ambassador papers from anywhere. And, I was supposed to get paychecks from my mother and father's companies. Never received any of them since my mother died in '93 and then she was frozen. But, haven't received nothing. But anyways, back to the point. That satellite man snaggletooth with me right now. It's attempted murder. It hurts when they do that. It's like somebody sticking a knife in there and trying to wedge, like they're like stabbing in the face. That's sexual assault and mutilations and cock blocking. But in reference to this man, there was some man that tried to murder me, and he claimed he had a bigger penis than me. And he worked in government or something, was trying to murder me. I don't know if he was wearing other men's dicks that he'd cut off other men, and he had sewed it onto his penis or something. I have no clue. But, the circumstances, in reference to my lawsuit monies, I have not received any of my lawsuit monies. And if you're wondering, my shoulder still hurts. And, like for instance, here, I'll show you like this. Like, I can lift this one all the way up like this. This one, I can only lift to this. This is as far as it goes. And like this right here, there's immense amount of pain from the shoulder all the way to the elbow, all the way up this side, all the way up and down this side, all the way up to my knuckles. You know that, right? I can't lift it up any more than that. It's excruciating. And in reference to moving it to the side, I can only move it like to there. And it's like my whole shoulder moves. I'm going to set the camera away. I haven't received any compensation from anywhere yet. Not even from my mother and father's companies. But trying to set this up so I can show you. I lift my arm up. Yeah, I have to stand up. But like this arm, I can go like this, you know. Woo, yeah. But this arm, you know, it goes to there. And it's like stuck. You know, I can lean like this, but it doesn't go. It's like all that pain through here, back up, the back side up to the shoulder. You know, it fucking hurts all the time. And they're still snaggletoothing me. And somebody tried to communicate. There was some some guy claiming that he was British intelligence. And he was really in the CIA or something. And he was trying to claim to be British intelligence. And he was stealing my lawsuit monies and my benefits. And he even stole British intelligence documents of my identity. And he was trying to claim to be me or something. So that has to be looked into. I don't know if the Treasuries asked that man or spoke to that man. But he was the man who was trying to steal my mother and father's mansions too or something. I don't know who this man is. But they're jabbing me in the face right here. But anyways, I need my lawsuit monies because I have to open up some businesses because the government is blocking me from my mother and father's estates. They're blocking me from my monies. They're blocking me from my trust funds. And who are these people? None of these people have any legal right being involved in my life. They're thieves, con artists, liars, and they make forgeries. And they tried to claim that they thought they owned my mother and father's estates. I have seniority with the companies of my mother and father. Even though I may not be at the company location, I'm the child of my mother and father. And I have seniority forever, no matter what anybody says. You know, this is the Cinnamon Duluth. And this is the Dunkin' Donuts. But the Satellite Man's been hitting me in the teeth. And man, they were choking me so hard. I was like, and there's no way for that to be like that from natural internal coughing, you know. So, you know, it was all satellite induced through the back of the neck, through the front of the neck of them doing that. You know, and I explained that about, you know, in reference to people being attacked from satellites, that there's only, your body can only produce so much sound and coughing. Like, for instance, if somebody coughs, like, if you're trying to clear your throat, you might cough 2 or 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Because, you know, you're like, okay. And then after that, after it turns into, like, between 5 and 8, you're like, okay, what's that? You know, because, you know, the moisture of your throat, your glands and everything, you know, moistens your throat, you know what I mean? But teeth damage causes a dry mouth, too. So if they damage your teeth, your mouth might become more dry, which it's bullshit for government to be doing that in the first place. But, so, you know, in reference to satellite-induced coughing or choking, there's a duration period of time of what the average cough is. There's a duration of time in reference to how many times a person has to clear their throat. Whether it becomes one of those things like, okay, wait a minute, that sounds like it's satellite induced or something. Somebody's doing something to somebody's throat. Because if you're hacking and yakking and dry heaving, then, you know, that's a satellite doing that shit. But anyways, that's another point. They're choking me. They just poked me in this side of the throat right here. See that dent? And there's red blotches on my neck. Like, I don't know if you can see them, but or they've been swelling up my throat, But there's like, it almost looks like a razor burn a little, but it's not razor burn. But anyways, in reference to a person's cough, you might cough like, and you're like, okay, your lung capacity, your coughing, your esophagus is a certain number of times. Anything, I mean, you might get an extra cough in there or 2 extra coughs or something, but if it's lasting, then somebody's dry heaving you or somebody's burning through your throat, with a satellite or technology or something, And there's like you get like between 1 and 5 coughs, but when it starts getting into 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, then you're like, okay, wait a minute, that's a satellite doing that shit. Or if you're coughing and sneezing at the same time, you ever done that? That's usually a satellite that causes that. Like you might go, chew, chew, that kind of thing. That's usually a satellite hitting you in the nose and hitting you in the throat. And when they hit you in the throat, it's like somebody clawing at the inside of your throat, or somebody stabbing you with like a pointy scissors or some type of sharp point edge, or like if you like somebody stabbing you with their fingernail or something in there, where it's like that kind of thing. But anyways, back to the point of females. Back to the point of my lawsuit monies. There's I haven't received nothing, and there's other people that's probably received lawsuit monies and benefits in this type of situation where they didn't have as bad of an injury that I have. And I come from super wealth. So, in reference to the government, they intentionally have tried to hurt me. The government has, so it's and they've intentionally tried to steal everything from me, which they have no legal connection to nothing. And it's unethical for government to be conspiring against me because I'm the rightful owner, and I've already been through hell. My parents got murdered, and when I was young, my father got murdered, and then my mother got murdered, and had some uncles that got murdered in Hollywood or something, And it's been a serious thing. So, every time the government causes me problems, it's pretty serious, because it's like, so much they pile on with their tricks and abuses. It's illegal for them to even be tampering with my life. But they've been doing it, trying to cover up all the other shit they did, these government people. But I haven't received any compensation at all. There's other people that's probably had similar injuries or something, or even less injuries, meaning not as severe, and they'd received compensation real quick. So we know somebody is conspiring against me all the time, and it's somebody in government. But they just poked me in the throat right there, on the right-hand side of the Adam's apple. Like, right here. I don't want to touch it, because then I'd take a shower or something. Hang on. I took a shower earlier. But anyways, I need my lawsuit money because I need to open up a coffee shop. And, and I need to open up a restaurant or something too, probably. I haven't received any revenues from my mother and father's companies, or any dividends from Wall Street, or anything from anywhere. And didn't receive a food truck here. Didn't receive any ARI semi-truck. Didn't receive my Royal CDL, because over at the truck driving school, they intentionally failed me. And I guess one of these maybe not Congress, but one of these senators had called there. One of these politicians or dirty government people or dirty FBI or CIA people had called over there and told them to fail me on the test or something. But, I don't know. I haven't received any compensation from anywhere from any of these years of any of the abuses or any of the attempts of government trying to murder me. And anytime somebody tries to injure me or tries to murder me, I'm supposed to receive money from the Treasury too. But they're still choking me. And I need a girlfriend. A girl that wants to just hang out, you know, and just hang out. You know, hopefully a girl would come over and bring monies from one of my mother or father's company or something, but none of them have showed up, or any of the modeling agencies or any of the females that know me. I haven't received any letters on the door. And that's pretty serious, because my mother had it on record I was always supposed to have a girlfriend. The reason why is because these gay men are trying to steal my big penis. These gay men are always terrorizing me, so I need to be in a relationship of some type, whether it's just a buddy, female buddy, or hanging out with females or hanging out with friends, because they've had a history of bad men. There's a history of bad men always trying to bully me. History of government men or other types of people that are abusive, or they try to play tricks, or they try to pull some type of trick or something to try to bully me or something. But anyways, there has to be a lawsuit every day and late fees on the previous lawsuits, and there's interest on those lawsuits too. And today it's 6:07 a.m. Saturday, December 31st. But this man's trying to claim that he thought, tucking somebody else's penis, he'd get away with stealing inches of a person's penis by tucking it, because you can't see if they stole any of it because it's all tucked up. And I say, well, how do they do that? Well, it's just kind of like they centerfold on you with the satellite, plus they cram it back up there, And see, there's other men that have big penises, and some of those men have been paid millions of dollars on TV shows just to go on TV to talk about their penis. Where my penis is naturally larger than some of those people, and the government's blocking me from being on TV. I mean, everybody has their own penis size. Mine's part of my identity, and mine's so important. I mean, everybody has their own importance, but mine is so important to distinguish the fact that I'm not somebody else's son, that I'm not somebody else's child besides my real biological parents. You guys know that, right? Because my father had like one of the largest penises in the world. My grandfathers had like the largest penises in the world too. So, it's kind of important that it be